Ladies and gentlemen, the demonstration is about to begin. Please take your seats. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am First Lieutenant Ballard. I will be your host for today's events. On behalf of the Battalion Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Chasteen, Battalion Command Sergeant Major Kiros, Battery Commander Captain Shepard, and Battery First Sergeant Will, welcome to Bravo Battery, 1st Battalion, 40th Field Artillery, Class 69-15 Family Day activities. At this time, we will now recognize several soldiers who will take place in a naturalization ceremony today. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Julian Alonzo from the Department of the United States Citizenship and Immigrant Services, who will be conducting today's ceremony.
Good morning, everybody. I am Officer Alonzo of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, and on behalf of the United States government, the Department of Homeland Security, and the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, I am proud to present these soldiers standing before you for U.S. citizenship. Before I administer the oath of allegiance, I would like to briefly share with you what these soldiers had to do and go through in order to become U.S. citizens. Each of these candidates for citizenship has been examined by a duly designated examiner of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service and found entitled under the Immigration and Nationality Act to be naturalized as U.S. citizens today. Each has established that during the statutory period required by the law that he or she is of good moral character, attached to the principles of the Constitution, and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States. Each has demonstrated an ability to read, write, and speak ordinary words in the English language. Each has demonstrated his or her understanding of the fundamentals of history, government, and civics of the United States. Therefore, on behalf of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, I will now administer the oath of allegiance and admit into the United States citizenship these soldiers standing before you.
It is truly an honor and a privilege for us to have with us today the Battalion Commander, our first band, 4th Delivery, Lieutenant Colonel Chasteen. Lieutenant Colonel Chasteen, along with Captain. Tomorrow, your soldiers will proudly join the ranks of warriors who have bravely fought and sometimes died for this great country. The American soldier has proven to be strong and resilient through even the most difficult situations. The past 13 years, which followed the terrible tragedy that occurred on September 11, 2001, are a true testament to the tenacity of the American soldier and the family members that support them. As part of our Family Day activities, we would like to provide our guests with a brief demonstration of some of the skills these young men and women have been taught over the past 9 weeks. The skills have molded them into American soldiers. The training they have received has covered a wide range of soldier skills to include drill and ceremony, military customs and courtesies, military justice, rifle marksmanship, first aid, nuclear, biological, and chemical defense training. Basic training is the starting point for instilling the Army core values of an American soldier. The skills they have learned, along with the core Army values they have been taught, give them the tools needed to fight, survive, and win as a combined arms team. At this time, please direct your attention to a brief demonstration of some of the skills the soldiers have learned in the past 9 weeks. The first demonstration will be drill and ceremony. The purpose of drill is to enable a commander or an operations officer to move their unit in an orderly manner, to aid in disciplinary training by instilling habits of precision and response to a leader's orders. and to provide for the development of all soldiers in the practice of commanding troops. In 1778, when this country was still striving for independence and existence, our young nation's leaders were confronted with the problem of not only establishing a government, but also of organizing an army that was already engaged in war. General George Washington's troops had already endured many hardships during the previous 3 years, to include a lack of funds, rations, clothing, and equipment. They had also suffered many losses to the superior British forces. Those hardships and losses largely resulted from a lack of military discipline in the newly formed Continental Army. Recognizing the crisis, General Washington enlisted the aid of Prussian military officer Baron Frederick von Steuben. Upon his arrival at Valley Forge on 23 February 1778, von Steuben made an army of several thousand half-starved, wretched men in rags. He immediately observed that Washington's army would not last for much longer in that environment. To correct the unsatisfactory conditions, he immediately set to work and wrote drill movements and regulations for Washington's army that night. The following day, he taught them to a model company of 120 men who were hand-selected from the line. In 1779, von Steuben, by then a major general and the Army Inspector General, wrote the first Army Field Manual in order to ensure continuity and uniformity. The regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States, commonly referred to as the Blue Book, contained drill procedures initiated at Valley Forge and remained unchanged for 85 years. This field manual lasted until the American Civil War, and many of the drill terms and procedures are still in effect today. The next demonstration will be all the weapon systems that your soldiers have been trained on. Adopted by the U.S. Army in the mid-1990s, the M4 assault rifle is a modern version of the M16. It fires a 5.56 millimeter round with a max effective range of 600 meters. Experiences during the conflict in Vietnam has shown the standard M16A1 fitted with a bipod to be ill-suited to the automatic rifle role. During the conflict, attrition and other factors led to the incidence of the M6 machine guns being deployed at squad level. Formal experiments were conducted to test the suitability of the M60 as an automatic rifle, a role it was found to be too heavy for. As a result, the U.S. Army began the Squad Automatic Weapons Project, or SAW, in the early 1970s. It fires a belt-fed 5.56 millimeter round with a max effective range of 1,000 meters. By the mid-1970s, it became clear to many that even with constant improvements, the M73 and M219 tank machine guns had proven to be unreliable. The U.S. Army subsequently went about searching for a replacement for these weapons. The M240 family subsequently became the standard armored machine gun in the United States military, being used on the M2, M3 Bradley fighting vehicle, the M1 Abrams main battle tank, and the LAV-25 light armored vehicle. It fires a belt-fed 7.62 millimeter round with a max effective range of 1,100 meters. Adopted in the mid-1970s, the M203 grenade launcher replaced the more cumbersome and heavy M79. It fires a 40 millimeter grenade with a max range of 400 meters. The M136 AT4 is an 84 millimeter lightweight self-contained anti-armor weapon. It consists of free-flight, fin-stabilized, rocket-type cartridge packed in an expendable one-piece fiberglass wrapped tube. It has been used in armed conflict since Panama and has a max effective range of 300 meters. The next demonstration will be all the uniforms your soldiers have utilized during their training. The individual fitness uniform is used by soldiers for all physical readiness training. It consists of shirts, shorts, and a reflective belt. The next uniform is the Armored Combat Uniform, known as the ACU. This is the regular duty uniform. The regular duty uniform. It is a wrinkle-free uniform with digitized camouflage pattern. The complete Armored Combat Uniform consists of PC cap, blouse, trousers, Morse-rigging t-shirt, and brown combat boots. The combat version of the Armored Combat Uniform includes the following additional gear: the Advanced Combat Helmet, known as the ACH, Interceptor Body Armor, known as IBA, knee and elbow pads, eye protection, ear protection, and load-bearing vest, known as the LBV. The Advanced Combat Helmet provides lightweight ballistic protection, weighing just over 3 pounds. The Interceptor Body Armor is equipped with front and back removable plates, which can stop in 7.62 millimeter rounds. Knee and elbow pads come as inserts or as outerwear to the uniform. Eye protection safeguards the eyes from shrapnel and fragmentation. The load-bearing equipment aids in carrying essential equipment. When combined with a chemical protective mask, the J-list provides protection against chemical and biological agents, radioactive fallout particles, and battlefield contaminants. The last uniform you see is the Army Service Uniform. This is a dress uniform reserved for special occasions and ceremonies. The nameplate is located on the right side, ribbons and awards are on the left side. At this time,